Look at this massive snake. This thing is huge. This is definitely the beast that we were after. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, it's a little change of scenery today because we're out on the John boat in the middle of the Everglades looking for a massive Burmese python. I've got my buddy Charles here with me and we're out here on the boat because it's basically the only way for us to access where this big snake was seen. I have a friend who was actually fishing these canals the other day and saw a massive snake on the side of the canal. You'll see as we keep going, there's a wall of all of the stuff that they've dug out from the canal, all of the limestone, they've piled it up on the side of the canal, and that's the perfect spot for Burmese pythons and other snakes to hang out. We are going to stop talking right now because the sun is rising, it's getting hot, and it's the perfect time for the snake to bask. So we have taken off in the John boat and gotten down to about the area of where this snake was seen. And look how the area looks behind me. This is basically where the snake was seen, but it was a little down the way. You got this huge limestone wall with all sorts of trees and brush, and it goes up about 10 or 15 feet in some spots. And it's the perfect spot for a snake to hide, the perfect spot for a snake to bask, and just the perfect spot for these Burmese pythons that are invasive down here to hang out. Now behind me, we actually have a pond, and while Charles is with me, I said I need a buddy to come out here if we find this big thing. I want you to help me film it, but I also want you to help me on the boat so that I'm not out here alone. But while he's out here with me, he's actually fishing, and so he's catching some fish in these ponds. If he catches anything, I'll show it to you. But we're gonna be walking around while he's fishing, walking around this area, seeing if we see any signs of where this snake could be, especially droppings, because with a big snake comes big poops. Oh, look at this up here. We got a hole. These types of holes are perfect. We're climbing up this wall. A little hole like this that I could get my hand into is basically the size that the snake we're looking for could get into, or maybe just a bit smaller. If you cleared some of these limestone rocks out of the way, this hole could go back 20 feet. Who knows how deep it could go as a journey to the center of the earth. Especially these big female pythons, they love to hide out in these rocky outcrops because it's the perfect spot to have a nest. Charles actually got a fish. Look at that. This is his second one. The first one he caught was an invasive, what was it, a Mayan cichlid? Yeah. But Charles is over here helping me out, and he's also filming his own YouTube channel. He's got a fishing-based ocean content YouTube channel. If you guys want to see some amazing diving and fishing based in Florida, especially the Florida Keys, but in all parts of the US, go subscribe to his channel right now. I'm in a lot of his videos. We actually did a feeding barracuda to the lions video together, and we have more to show about that. So if you guys want to see that, subscribe here, subscribe to Charles' channel, and look at that beautiful peacock bass. Fish. Hopefully Charles gets on a couple more, and if we don't find this snake, I might have to throw some too. It is too hot out here. I think we're gonna fish for a little bit while the weather is just way too hot. If we do get some cloud coverage, maybe it'll be a better time to look for snakes, but I've decided to try to look for more places like this. Look at this huge rock. This is another nice place where a big snake like this would come to hang out in the heat of the day. It could potentially make this area his home. It could also come to an area like this with this brush. This snake could literally be anywhere. I'm starting to lose hope on this, but I think what we're gonna do is fish for a little bit and look for the snake from the water. As we've taken a little break from looking around, We're casting some lines and look at this, another Mayan cichlid. We are just getting so many of these guys today, and it's really sad because we're actually casting at native fish. Let me see if I could set this camera down here. So we've got this guy off the hook now, and we're watching these native fish, these beautiful largemouth bass are trying to go after our baits, and these guys just zoom in and they take our bait. And it's crazy to watch firsthand because as we're seeing these invasive Mayan cichlids taking over and being a crazier predator than our native fish, we know that it's not only the baits that they're getting to hit first time and time again with us, but it's also a huge competition for our largemouth bass, and that's probably why numbers might be decreasing. We're seeing less largemouth bass than before. These guys will also eat baby largemouth bass. They're a voracious predator. And like I said before, just like the python, these guys are taking over. We're checking out this area actually right from the boat. We can get the John boat right up to the bank. And what I like about this area is that it's close to where the python was seen, but it actually has all of this long, tall grass where the python can lay down in. There's even parts of this grass with waters to where it's cool. So in the heat of the day like this, it might be a perfect spot for this snake. It is definitely warm out here. It's actually what I'd classify as a brutally hot day, especially when you're in a metal boat. I feel like I am in aluminum foil in the oven cooking. Charles is having fun fishing, but we're waiting for the storm behind us. I don't know if you guys can see, there's a big storm that's coming, and I'm hoping this cloud coverage is going to come over us, cool things down a bit, and it might be a better time to look for the snake. We finally made it to the spot where this python was seen. He was seen right here on the edge of this wall, right in this area. And I don't really know where to start looking, but we are going to work basically this whole strip because we don't know if that snake was on the move, if it's a female that's fresh off a nest, which it most likely is, being this big snake. She's probably looking for food, and food for a snake this size means deer, alligators, otters, birds, small mammals, all sorts of different things, anything it can fit in its mouth. I really doubt that a snake this size is going to be content with a small mouse. This snake is going to want a raccoon, a possum, something that really fills its stomach, or something larger, which would be really detrimental. I mean, all of our small mammals out here have already depleted because of these pythons. They really are a huge problem, but they are born into a terrible circumstance. And these animals, it's only our fault that they're here. It's only humans' faults for bringing them here to Florida, which is actually a perfect habitat for them, that now a couple of them got loose, a gravid female like this, and now they have babies. So we're gonna check through this whole area and see what happens. We have come back to this area and basically stretched this whole wall and just past it multiple times today while fishing in between, because we check it from the boat, walk around a little bit, go fish, come back, check it by foot, walk around a little bit, go fish. Fishing in between each time, we still haven't been able to see this thing, and it probably left. So I don't even know if any of this footage will be used. As you guys can see here behind me, we've got a huge wetland that opens up. It's actually really nice to be able to see this because all behind this wall, but all behind us is this river of grass. They call the Everglades a river of grass because look at it. It's really just shallow marsh that continues for miles and miles. And this will lead to new prey opportunities for this snake. This will lead to a new home, a new nesting area, all sorts of new possibilities. So the snake might have taken off, but I think what we're gonna do, because of the conditions today and because Charles actually does have to go home, we don't have that long to wait, we're gonna go back to the ramp, and I'm gonna try to get out here early tomorrow, maybe wear some better attire, and look through this a little deeper. Hopefully if we get an earlier start, it might be better conditions. It's day 2 and we are back on the water, and today we're not messing around. We're not going to waste any time and we are heading directly towards where the snake was spotted. We didn't even bring any fishing rods with us today, but I have a better feeling about today because this morning it was overcast. It was really cool. The temperatures weren't high, and now the sun is finally starting to come out in the sky, so I feel like this snake is going to be basking at this time. It's a little bit better weather conditions than yesterday, so let's head to the spot. So right behind me, as you guys know, is the spot where this snake has been seen, and as we're cruising up, we haven't seen anything. We're gonna get a little bit closer to the bank because I believe with the sun behind us hitting that rock wall, the snake is going to be out here basking. With the boat, we're able to cover a lot more ground quickly, so that's what we're gonna do, and if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to get out on foot. We have not seen anything. It might just be a little too far for us to spot this snake. Who knows if this snake is even here. Let's get out on foot. Oh, we're falling in. We're gonna have to tie this boat up here. Now looking for this snake, like I said, he could be anywhere. So we're just gonna walk down, but what we can't see from the boat is the stuff like this. All of these thick bushes, all of this brush. This snake could be hiding in this brush while still getting the sun in between all of the leaves, but that way the snake stays concealed. But most of the time, if the snake is really cold, he'll come get his full body out and he'll be laying in the open. So we could literally find this snake in any position right now. And usually a lot of these bigger snakes especially have a similar pattern. So if you come at the same time of day when you saw that snake before, we've had luck in the past seeing the snakes do the same thing. Now smaller snakes might be a little more inclined to be moving around. It depends if it's breeding season. There's a lot of factors that go into the movement of a snake. Let's take a look on the back side of this big mound here. Just crawl up here. We got some sea grape trees. This would be a perfect spot for a snake. You guys can see if it's a place where rats can hang out and prey items for this snake. Perfect coverage. I'm sure within these rocks there's little pits and holes where a female would have her nest. This is perfect. And over here, it's very thick. If the snake is back there, we're never gonna find it. This area is looking really good right here. We've got some palmettos, again, some fallen down sea grape trees, and it's real thick, but you could see all of the gaps and the openings where the snake might want to hang out. We're being a little bit loud here, but a snake this big should make a little bit of noise. If we spook it, we should hear it cracking and all of these leaves on the bottom. No way. Dude, he's right here. Give me the camera, give me the camera. No way, look at this. Look, hold on, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Look at that, he's moving through the trees. He's right here. Okay, we have to get around this thing. We have to get around it. He's coming this way. I don't see him. He might be up in this grass. Hold on.
Yeah, dude, I see it right here.
He's right here?
Yes. Right here. Look at it right here.
Oh my gosh. We found him. Look at this. All right, now we got to find the head. Oh, this is crazy. Now his head could be anywhere. As soon as we touch this thing, he's gonna freak out. Look at this. Push him before he freaks out. I cannot believe we found this. this is crazy. All right, let's grab him here. His head can come out of anywhere.
Oh, dude, his head's coming out right here.
His head's coming out there?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, it's pushing out.
Come grab
He's pushing out of the grass. Hold on. I'm just gonna let him come out. I'm manipulating his body a little bit. There he is, he's pushing out. He doesn't know what's going on. Look at that big snake. We found it. I can't believe we found it. I'm pushing him out of this grass. Look how well he hides in this thick grass. This massive snake. Oh, now he sees me. Now he knows he's being messed with. Look at this. We're gonna get on his tail here. Look at this. Look at this massive snake. Woo! This thing is huge. This is definitely the beast that we were after. I cannot believe that we were able to see him. Look at this. I really don't want to freak him out too much. I'm excited because we found this thing, and I really didn't think, we were losing hope. I didn't think we were going to be able to see this. He's swimming here through the water. He might strike me, but he's probably just trying to figure out how to get away. We're calm now. Oh, maybe not. Whoop. Now this is the part you have to be careful. With the snake in all of this muck here, look at his back. You see how he disappears? If I was to let this snake go, in 2 seconds, he's actually faster probably in the water than he is on land, and he knows that. Look at the way he's going. I am out of breath. Guys, this is just crazy. I don't even know how big this thing is, dude. This is like a 16-foot snake. Oh, where is his head? He's trying anything to lock onto the bottom or something and get away. Let's get him out of the water. Now we have some rocky floor here, so I don't want to hurt him too bad. Look how big this thing is. This snake is truly impressive. And as one of God's creations, this thing is just absolutely beautiful. But this is a female. I think in the adrenaline rush and the time in finding it, I might have been saying that he might be a boy, but it's definitely a girl. And you can tell by the size, number one, and number two, look at the wrinkles in this snake. This snake is thin. It probably came off of a nest and was all stretched out and fat, full of eggs. Now, sadly, those eggs probably weren't found. There's probably babies, all her babies, all her little kids, all in this area here. So there it goes. There she goes. She's just releasing a little bit more. She says, I'm not done. But this is definitely a female who recently had a nest, and now she's off looking for some food. As they sit on that nest, they don't eat at all, really, unless a meal comes to them. Wow. She's all calm now. I don't want to rub her up on this rock here because she doesn't need to get dragged on those ventral scales. So we're gonna try to bring her up here on this grass. Pull her up here nicely. This is the Everglades monster that people are after. This is the trophy, and this is the specimen that speaks for the Burmese pythons down here. Look at the girth of this thing. She's coming back now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's all right. As long as I can get on this tail, I can create enough distance between me and her, but she is solid muscle, and she'll use my leverage pulling on her to be able to get a good strike towards me. Ooh. She is not happy with me messing with her, which is why I'm trying to do this as calmly as possible. These poor snakes don't belong out here. Yes, that's true. They're wreaking havoc on our Everglades. All of our wildlife, birds, especially migratory from other areas, otters, raccoons, rabbits. This snake is past the size of eating small rodents if it can. There might be some rats in here, but this snake wants a bigger meal. Even a small alligator, small deer, that's what a snake this size is able to take down. All right, all right, all right. Let's get you up here. Let's get you out of that water. She's probably gonna strike here soon. and she wants to get back into the safety of the water. There she is. She is a big girl. Woo. We gently grabbed her by the head here, and we can really get a good look at her. Now she's still able to bite me. She's still able to control these muscles and come back, so I've got to be careful of that, but I'm holding her loose. I'm not gripping her with a death grip, and you can see how thin she is. These areas right here would usually be full, and this snake would be a little bit more solid, so we can definitely tell the history of this snake from looking at the anatomy. Oh wow, what a gorgeous snake. This is the highlight of our day, the highlight of the channel. If you guys are new here, please subscribe to the channel. If you guys have been here before, well, welcome back to the adventure. What a gorgeous, gorgeous snake. But you know what, guys? It really, really does stink, because this snake has to be removed from here because of the wildlife that it's taking down. I mean, look at it compared to me. I'm gonna lay myself on the floor here gently, and you can see the snake is being pretty calm. Look at the size of this snake compared to me. This thing is huge. This thing is massive. So imagine, it couldn't eat a person the size of me. Maybe it could be considered a man-eater with a smaller child or something like that. But it really stinks to know that this thing was just born as one of those little babies just born into the wrong ecosystem. And now we have to remove it, and the only way to do that is to actually euthanize this snake in the most humane way. Our Florida Fish and Wildlife regulations tell people to remove these snakes if they can, but you're not allowed to live transport this animal. So in order to get this thing out of here, it does need to be euthanized, and that is just the sad reality. I wish there was a way that we could move these snakes to other parts of the United States. If you're watching from a different country or different states, you might know that people have these as pets still, but in Florida they're banned. They don't want the problem to spread, so they've made it illegal to keep and transport these things around the state. But I would love for a way in the future that maybe we could work together with the wildlife regulations, and certain people can possess certain permits to move these things out of the state, so this poor animal does not have to die just for being born in the wrong place. I agree it has to be removed. 100% it has to be removed. But for this thing to have to pass away for no reason, this beautiful animal, is just really sad. So hopefully in the future we can work towards something that helps these guys out. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video as much as I have enjoyed experiencing this, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, watch more of the adventures, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.